The world tells you to control everything, but what if I told you true freedom comes from mastering just one thing? Your mind. Welcome to Stoic History, where we dive deep into the ancient wisdom that can change your life, just like it did for men who lost everything and found peace within. If you're tired of chasing success and want to learn how to live with true strength, not just survive, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and join us on a journey to master yourself, because wisdom is the only thing no one can take from you. Ethan was always obsessed with control. As a kid, he couldn't handle losing at video games. If his team didn't win, he'd reset the console. If the teacher didn't praise him, he felt invisible. He believed life was simple. Effort plus intelligence equals success. And for a while, that worked. By 29, Ethan was CEO of a rising tech startup in New York. He traveled the world. He posted motivational quotes like, "You have to dominate the game." But what Ethan didn't know is that the game can change without warning. One Thursday morning, 6:42 a.m., Ethan was brushing his teeth. The buzzer rang. It was the police. The accusation, tax fraud, money laundering, and the documents had Ethan's name all over them. In hours, he went from the golden boy of tech to a criminal headline, preventive custody. His lawyers called it a misunderstanding, said he'd be out in a few days. But days became weeks, weeks became months. Ethan, who once thrived on control, was now locked inside a 3x3 concrete box. No laptop, no followers, no exit plan. At first, he broke. He begged, screamed, tried to use influence, but in there, that meant nothing. Inmates mocked his clean clothes, his posture, his voice. He barely ate, barely slept. Every night, he relived the fall. Then, on a rainy afternoon, he found a book left by the toilet, worn out, torn, but the name caught his eye. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. He read it, and it read him. You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It's not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them. That moment, something shifted. Ethan realized he spent his life trying to control the uncontrollable. Markets, people, outcomes, but ignored the one thing he could master, his thoughts. So he started a new routine. Each morning, 3 things he couldn't control. 3 things he could. That became his therapy, his clarity, and others noticed. One day, a tough inmate asked, "Yo, Harvard, what's that book?" Ethan explained, "Simple, no preaching." Surprisingly, the guy listened. Next week, another asked, then another. Soon they met every week. No titles, no ego, just men trying to understand themselves. One inmate cried after reading, "Whatever happens to you has been waiting to happen since the beginning of time." Another, who was in for assault, said, "For the first time, I'm not angry. I was just lost." 2 years passed. Ethan was found innocent. His name cleared, but the media barely cared. Investors wanted to hire him as a comeback story. Brands offered deals. He said no. He didn't want followers. He wanted truth. So he started a podcast channel. Just him, a mic, and stories. No fancy cuts, no music. Just real wisdom from the Stoics and from the men's society called Broken. At first, no one watched, but the comments, "I was going to take my life. This saved me. This helped me understand my anger. You made me believe again." The channel grew, but Ethan didn't change. He had found something rare: peace. Ethan's journey didn't stop there. After 2 years of isolation, of losing his reputation and rebuilding his identity from the inside out, he discovered something that changed everything. It wasn't about bouncing back. It wasn't about regaining what he had. It was about letting go of the need to control. And that lesson came from a place he never expected. The prison that once felt like his cage was now his classroom. The men around him, the ones who had once seemed so different, now felt like brothers. They shared stories of regret, of broken homes, of lost opportunities. But they also shared something else, the search for meaning. For the first time, Ethan saw that true freedom wasn't about having everything at his fingertips. It was about embracing the moment he was in, whether that was in a cell or at the top of the corporate world. One day as he was walking through the yard, an inmate approached him. "Ethan," he said, "you talk about Stoicism, but what's it really done for you?" Ethan stopped, turned to face him. "It's taught me that I don't need to control the outcome. I just need to control the effort." The man nodded. "So you're telling me it's not about winning or losing?" "No," Ethan replied. "It's about how you play the game, how you react when the game changes." That simple idea began to spread. The more Ethan spoke, the more his fellow inmates started seeing the wisdom behind Stoicism. That life isn't about fighting reality, but accepting it. When the world doesn't bend to your will, you bend with it. Then came a pivotal moment. One inmate, who had spent years in anger and bitterness, came up to Ethan, tears in his eyes. "I never understood why things kept going wrong for me, but now I realize I wasn't fighting the world, I was fighting myself." That was the power of Stoicism. It wasn't about changing the world. It was about changing how you responded to it. When Ethan was finally released, he could have gone back to the old life. The fame, the money, the rush of success. But that wasn't the life he wanted anymore. He wanted something deeper, something more lasting. He turned down offers, turned down deals. He didn't need them. What he needed was authenticity, to live a life that aligned with his new purpose. And that's when he started Stoic History, a channel where stories weren't just told for entertainment, but for transformation, where every word spoken had the potential to shift someone's perspective, to change their approach to life. Ethan's videos weren't polished, they weren't scripted, they were raw, real, and honest. And that's what made them powerful. At first, the channel was a quiet corner of the internet, but over time, the community grew. People from all walks of life began commenting, sharing their struggles and victories. "I learned to forgive myself. I found peace with my past. Your words helped me find meaning in the pain. Let go of the need for control and embrace the freedom of living with wisdom." Ethan lost everything, but found what he never had before: himself. And you? Are you trying to control the world or your mind? Do you want to win life or live it with wisdom? If this story moved you, comment below, "Man, I am the master of my mind." And if you want to grow stronger from the inside out, subscribe, because life will keep happening. But wisdom, that's a choice you make.